people have trespassed in our space for too long. We interpret your presence here as an act of aggression and will respond in kind.
Are you responsible for the destruction of our... Hold on, let me go. Are you Just can't look at you.
Guess your ideas on evolution were as far-fetched as I thought, Commander.
This is an outrage. I will not stand here and be insulted by you pathetic humans.
I assure you, Commander, we mean no... we mean no
Rich, have you made any progress getting out of the Badlands? I can't promise... Rich, what's going on up there?
Our negotiations with the aliens have failed, Commander Contingency.
Afraid we're gonna need some new options, Toby.
Sir, we've got our hands full just keeping the coolant leaks under control down here.
Join me and the rest of the senior officers in the ready room. We'll need to come up with some sort of contingency plan.
We could try rerouting the secondary waveguides. That should give us nearly an hour before the shields fail.
That's still just a temporary stopgap, Commander. We'll need a more permanent solution to this dilemma.
What if we realign the tertiary phaser matrix? We could use the Heisenberg compensator to shunt some of our weapons' power through the main deflector.
Well, that configuration will produce one hell of a bang, Commander. But it'll burn out our phaser array with the first shot. We only get one try at it.
May I remind you that according to Lieutenant Otchik's scans, it is highly unlikely that even our strongest phaser pulse will be able to penetrate the enemy's defenses.
Sorry. Let's keep that as a last resort. Any other ideas, gentlemen?
What about flooding our air supply with anesthetizine gas?
What'll that accomplish, Doctor?
Well, it could... I just wanted to contribute.
Captain, I've been doing some extensive studies into the history of Earth, and it appears that the people of your 20th century may have a solution for us.
What do you mean, Lieutenant?
In Earth's 20th and 21st centuries, a non-interactive entertainment medium known as television, which consisted of both live and pre-recorded audio-video broadcasts, was transmitted from central stations.
I'm familiar with the medium. Go on, Mr. Salick.
One of these broadcasts, known as Star Trek, presented the audience with a view of the future. A future almost exactly like ours.
Wait a minute. What are you saying?
Only that a science fiction television show was able to predict with almost perfect precision the events of the next several hundred years.
So you mean to tell me that this Star Trek, written over 400 years ago, was able to guess the future of the universe?
Yes, Doctor, I am.
What? No, hey man. That sounds fine to me. Why the shit not?
What's your plan, Lieutenant?
We'll need to obtain access to episodes of Star Trek. If we find the one corresponding to these events, we should be able to analyze it and ascertain the correct course of action to take.
Are they in the computer's library? We should have enough time to watch them before our exposure to the EM field becomes lethal.
Unfortunately, Doctor, I was only able to find textual evidence from my research. Copies of the episodes do not appear in any of our databases.
Well, we could go back in time to 20th or 21st century Earth. We could probably get our hands on plenty of Star Trek there.
Excellent idea, Commander.
Wow. Just wow.
I assume we'll need the warp drive for the time warp. Won't we, Mr. Kutakente?
How long will repairs take you?
I'd say just a little under 4 hours, sir.
You've got 4 minutes, Mr. Kutakente.
Yes, sir.
How do you plan to take the Potemkin back in time, Lieutenant?
It will take extremely precise calculations, Captain, but if Commander Kutakinte is able to reroute warp power through our environmental systems, we should be able to get our ambient temperature down past absolute zero. We will then initiate time warp, and if my calculations are correct, we should arrive both temporally and spatially in late 20th century Earth.
Martin, will there be any negative consequences to the crew being exposed to such low temperatures?
Not that I can see, Dick.
Excellent. Mr. Kuntakinte, the status of our warp drive.
Coming online now, Captain.
Well done, Toby. Mr. Salick, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, sir. Shunting warp power to environmental subsystems. 200 Kelvin. 170. 120. 90. 30. 20. 0. We're at negative Kelvin, sir.
Our position, Lieutenant?
Sector 001, sir. Orbiting Earth.
But when are we? Commander?
Sensors coming online now, sir. Confirmed. The star date is 3149.56. Earth date May 1999. Sensors indicate a large concentration of Star Trek VHS tapes on the western coast of the North American continent, Captain.
It worked.
It worked.
Of course it worked, Doctor.
Well done, gentlemen. Commander Kutakinte, will you join us in the transporter room? Doctor? Commander Starbuck? Mr. Salick, Mr. Tannell. You're with me. Lieutenant Orching, you have the breach.
Aye, sir!
Computer. 20th century human clothing.
What the hell is this?
We can't risk exposing this primitive culture to our phaser technology, Mr. Tannell. So we'll be using the weapons of the day for this away mission. Mr. Salick, what are your findings?
We've beamed down in close proximity to the largest concentration of Star Trek VHS tapes.
And where exactly is that?
In the late 20th century, this area was known as California.
Seems that the Star Trek episodes are that way, about 180 meters due east.
Well, gentlemen, shall we then?
You know, these archaic weapons, they look pretty damn cool.
Excellent use of the vernacular, number one. I'm sure many aspects of this primitive culture are cool indeed. We don't want to alter the timeline any more than we have to. Mr. Tannell, stun the creature before it alerts the natives to our presence.
With pleasure, sir.
Why don't you try that one, Commander?
Shit!
It would appear that was not the stun setting, Commander.
It sure looks that way, sir.
No matter. Try not to step in it.
Federation vessel, this is Commander Taylor. We have detected your temporal incursion and have adjusted our transmission to compensate. We are also aware that you have no choice but to return to the time and place from whence you left. There is no escape. Upon your return, I will give you 10 of your minutes to leave the disturbance and surrender your ship. Federation vessel, what is your reply? Your refusal to respond is most bold, Federationers. Whether it be from the disturbance or our disruptors,